you love the rain? Does it make you dance when you're drunk with your friends at a party? What's your favorite song? Does it make you smile?
So let's talk about a few things. I've been on several days of progesterone at this point, and transfer has happened. Has it? And let's just talk about something that I don't know that I've ever really covered in any of my videos. I did a little bit on the Facebook page that I created, the Surro Journey, but okay, med bloat, like weight gain from just the medicines alone, is legit. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. Obviously, I'm not like several months pregnant, but that's literally how I looked when I was like 4.5, 5 months pregnant with my 3 girls. Anyway, and it was a lot like that last time. And at the 10 to 12 week mark, weaning off of meds and losing that med bloat, like I evened out. I remember almost feeling like I lost weight, but really I didn't lose weight. It just like shifted and I wasn't so bloated anymore. So I didn't look twice as big as I am. But it's a real thing. So for anyone out there who is thinking about being a surrogate and going through all these things and taking IVF medications or doing IVF for yourself, and maybe it's your first time, don't ever get down on yourself because you've gained a little weight during IVF, or if baby weight after IVF versus non-IVF baby is twice as hard to lose, because I'm here to tell you that it is. It really is. Because after I had the first surrogate baby, it was really hard to lose the weight. And I remember maybe 8-9 days postpartum with my girls, especially my first 2, almost literally being back to myself, maybe holding on to 8 to 12 pounds, that I was pre-baby. So that's a really big thing, because I've always been small. I have a really high metabolism, but med gain, the med weight that you can gain from this is a big thing. It really is. And people don't really talk about it, because I know that there's a lot of people who talk negatively about women's bodies and having a baby. You've given life. It doesn't matter it's for yourself, if you're a surrogate, if you're doing IVF for yourself, it doesn't matter. You gave life. You have to give yourself grace on that, because it takes a lot of work to get that off. And that's a lot of why I stayed so healthy. People made fun of me. I don't care that I was out here taking crazy good supplements, really trying to take care of myself, and getting out with my kids, and we went on a full exercise routine, a lot of stuff that I hadn't really done before. I had, but I hadn't, just not hardcore. And we went full vegan. We were plant-based, eating nothing but fresh fruits and vegetables for a long time. We were doing the fasting. We rotated out a couple different, I guess you can say, diets, but I don't do diets. I don't think that diets work. I really don't. Now, I do think that feeding your body, I almost said broccoli. I must be thinking about broccoli. But feeding your body proper nutrition and, getting actual exercise that you need and keeping up your metabolism is the key to actually being a healthy weight. And having a little extra weight on you after having kids, I honestly think that's acceptable. Yeah, there's a huge uproar right now, Shakira, who is wifey, as my husband says. But she's out here, looking crazy good for her age. She's 40, or actually 41. 42. I can't remember. I have to look that up again. Anyway, you get the point. And she's had 2 kids, but she's led an extremely healthy lifestyle, extremely healthy, and just, I don't know, it's the way that she works out, the things that she does, because she wants to keep in tone and, put on these performances. And she travels the world. And, J-Lo over here looking 50 at the Super Bowl. I get that, ladies. And there's a lot of, famous people out there that are, looking crazy good at 35, 40, 50, 60 years old and have had kids and blah, blah, blah. And some who haven't had any children and do. But I'm just here to address that in IVF, because I don't think that it's talked about a lot. And I will say that these last 2 med cycles are the first time I ever used Lupron. And for me, Lupron was the weight gain. It just was. And I know everybody is different. But for me, taking the Lupron the first time, I noticed within 4 or 5 days of being on Lupron the first time, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I was kind of like caught between, is this like I'm trying to start my period again? Or, am I secretly pregnant right now? Like, what is happening? But, obviously knowing that I wasn't pregnant and I was just going through this med cycle, and then, of course, adding in estrogen patches, which before I'd done estradiol shots. And those are not a huge difference for me. The only thing I noticed differently with the patches is I actually haven't had as strong a side effects. So that's awesome. A lot better than the estradiol injections that some of you might remember from my first journey. Or my very first journey. And so those had to be given like every 3 days. I think I had to take those. I have to look back at my calendar. That's been a few years ago. But so there's that. So less side effects. But I did notice that once I started patches, the bloating was a little more. Like there was a little more. But they also made me a little crampy. But again, the side effects were way less than estradiol shots. Way less. So, and then of course starting progesterone. And having to do the vaginal inserts plus the shot in the button. That's every day. 1 insert in the morning, 1 insert at night, 1 shot in the morning. Like it's every single day. And every other day, am I saying this right? I'm just skipping a day. I'm telling y'all, like, pregnancy brain is like intensified with IVF meds. I'm just going to throw that out there. It doesn't even matter if you're not pregnant yet. Like, it just happens. But anyway, so there's that. But so if any of you ladies are ever out there just questioning, like, all this weight gain, like, I'm here to tell you, like, I got it going on. It's happening. I'll be 32 this August. So during this pregnancy, I will be 32. And already that's kind of like intense to think about, right, ladies? Like we hit between 27 and 35 and it's just like, oh my God. Because society tells us, you're getting old. Like you look old. You need to, put on more makeup, which I don't wear makeup, but I do have a pretty good skin regimen, which I need to work on a little more again because I've noticed that I have some like spots and things like sun damage. You have to take care of yourself. But all those things are like really accentuated, I cannot talk right, by IVF meds. So this was really just kind of a PSA to just say, hey ladies, give yourself grace. You are going through something hardcore. You are growing life. You are doing big things. I have actually 3 friends that are going through IVF right now with me. Only one is a surrogate. The other 2 are doing it for themselves. And so that's really awesome because 2 of them are pretty local to me. So we kind of are getting to go through this together. A couple of us are going to have similar due dates and everything. So it's awesome. So like we can talk about these kind of things, but I get it. There's not always someone to talk about some of this stuff. And ladies, I'm just saying, please give yourself grace. I've seen too many people who's going through, egg retrieval and the whole 9 yards. And I've never been through that, but I have friends that have, and it's intense stuff. It really is. All of those things change your body. And you need to give yourself grace on that. We're not supposed to be perfect. What you need to actually focus on is, like, if you have someone in your life, whether it be your partner in life or whether you're single and you just have friends, like, I don't know, like whatever it is that the path that you're on is, but focus on all of the positives in your life. Like, you have to have people that love you just the way you are. You have to. I'm really lucky in that. I have an amazing husband who, honestly, if I was 300 pounds, he would probably still love me. He would probably be like, you're unhealthy and we need to work out. At the same time, like, what happened to you? Because you eat so healthy. What have you been doing? Going to McDonald's? Like, P.S. I don't go to McDonald's. But anyway. So, anyways, ladies, just give yourself grace on that. And again, Journey's moving along great. I'll put out another Journey video. I'm just going to give you guys a couple of sneaks in this one. But thanks for watching.
Oh, if that's what it takes to learn that sweetheart of yours. And I might never get there, but If it's 10,000 hours or the rest of my life,